day in the life of Mr. Plant. He wakes in his void and makes himself breakfast. Usually, he doesn't have anything on his calendar and so he gets to read, but not today. Today he has a visitor. Mr. Plant doesn't care much for them, but even introverts need company once in a while.
I got your DNA results back. You're half banana leaf. You know, I'm 1/16 banana, and we go through a lot of struggles. You know, some people think we're like, together. Isn't that crazy?
Mr. Plant fantasized about bashing Argos' head in, watching the blood seep into his shoes and onto the Mr. Plant has been here for a while. He debates the existential existence of life, knowing tomorrow will be the same. Some days Mr. Plant likes being seen, being watched. But some days he doesn't. Wednesday is Mr. Plant's favorite day of the week because now he can do what he always wanted to, watch television.
Please don't kill me. I have a wife and kids.
He likes dark comedies best, but sometimes he gets commercials.
Did you want a star? Well, now you can have one for only $1. What are you waiting for? Come on over.
Mr. Plant hated the Moon Man's fake accent, but the stars looked awfully nice.
Are you here to buy a star? Only $1? With that you can only buy a sad star. Don't you want a happy star? Happy stars are only $9.99.
If the Moon Man didn't stop talking soon, Mr. Plant would make him.
You know, you're a terrible person, coming to space with only $1 when you knew they were $9.99. Take it, take your measly little star and get out. And be careful, because the edges are sharp. Wait.
The star is ruined.
Mr. Plant?
As if Mr. Plant's day couldn't get any worse.
Mr. Plant, I saw this on TV and I thought of you.
Maybe Argos isn't so bad all the time.
I was thinking maybe we could go stargazing or...
Mr. Plant returns to the TV. Another successful Wednesday. Monday with Mr. Plant. Most Mondays Mr. Plant sleeps in. But after Argos gave him a star, he promised he'd help him out at his job. Argos has the most terrifying job ever, childcare.
They're really sweet. I have to run some errands, so if you could water them and play them their Hopscotch Man audiobook and prune them, that'd be amazing. I'll be back before their parents get here. You'll do great.
Mr. Plant hated children, but he supposed watering was easy enough.
The Hopscotch Man was terrified of all the
Maybe they weren't all terrible. On second thought, maybe these brats needed to be taught a lesson.
I'm back, and I brought some food. Flowers? Flowers?
Outside of the void, Mondays are always terrible, so Mr. Plant doesn't count today as a loss. Plus, children weren't so bad when they were quiet. Thursday with Mr. Plant. This Thursday Mr. Plant is watching television. Argos has a new job.
If you have a void driver's license, you can go to all sorts of wonderful places, like the beach, or the mall, or the butcher's, all well within your grasp.
Mr. Plant has always wanted to explore the void, and this Thursday he has plans to make it happen.
Are you here for a void driver's license? Do you have identification? This'll do. You're half banana leaf? Banana leaves can't drive, you're gonna fail. Sit over there until I call your name.
Mr. Plant sat and waited for what felt like an eternity.
Plant, mister. Keep driving slow. I'm gonna need you to make a right turn up here.
Mr. Plant couldn't help but think about the clock's comment from earlier. It filled him with a burning rage. What did this clock know about him and his driving experience?
Turn right!
Well, this time it was an accident. Mr. Plant figured it isn't much of a loss, after all, with a television. You can visit far-off worlds without leaving your void. Plus, now he can keep time. A day in the life of Argos. Argos wakes in his void and does his daily manifestation. He's been here a while. After doing his manifestation, he sits down to observe his shrine.
It's perfectly normal to have a shrine of your best friend, even if that best friend got you fired from your job. My therapist told me so. He's a man of few words.
Argos was fired from his last job, so now he's a mail carrier.
Hello, Void Postal Service. Do you have any mail for me to deliver? Hello, Mr. Plant. I just wanted to tell you that there's no mail for you today. Great talking to you. We'll go stargazing soon.
Argos didn't feel bad about keeping the letter. After all, some things are meant to be. And some things aren't. Sunday with Mr. Plant. It's 3 a.m. and Mr. Plant can't sleep. Mr. Plant doesn't remember leaving the TV on.
Come in. You're my 315.
Sit down, and welcome to Dream Co.
Mr. Plant had no idea if he was asleep or awake.
It seems we have a problem. We've been sending you nightmares all week and haven't gotten so much as one cold sweat. So, we're going to run some tests. Look into that box and I'm going to show you some horrifying creatures and we'll see how you react. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 97, 98, 99, 100. Now don't lose your temper with me, young man. Just because I'm a telly doesn't mean you can be disrespectful.
Mr. Plant was tired of the telly. Time to go home.
Fine! Ignore me! Young people these days. Mr. Plant, you punched your TV.
Drat. Sleepwalking again.
If you're wondering what I'm doing here, I was just passing through. Nothing weird.
Mr. Plant debated whether or not to sleep. After all, Sunday is the day of rest, and his calendar was suddenly free. Tuesday with Mr. Plant. Today Mr. Plant has a job interview. After all, he needs money for a new television. This part of the void deals with issues via the phone.
Mr. Plant, I'm ready for you. We'd love to have you, but unfortunately all our call booths are full. We'll call you if there's an opening.
Hey, what are you looking at?
Mr. Plant loves his new job. A soul in need.
Hello? I just wanted to call because I'm all alone. You know, I never thought I'd be alone, but I guess if you have someone to talk to, you're really lucky.
Mr. Plant didn't know what to think. Maybe he was lucky to have someone to talk to.
Can you help me find a friend?
Mr. Plant, you're in my void. I was about to watch television if you wanted to join.
Mr. Plant was happy. It was a very productive day, and nobody got hurt. Well, nobody important. Christmas with Argos. Some things are rarities in the void, like holidays and stars, but after an invite to spend the holiday with Mr. Plant, Argos is suddenly in the festive spirit.
Very Christmassy.
Argos wants to get Mr. Plant a present, but his luck is fading fast.
You're all out? You're the third salesman I've gone to. Mushrooms aren't that much demand? Fine! And a happy holidays to you too. Is that clock for sale?
Argos headed to Mr. Plant's house with the perfect present.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Plant. I got you a new clock. I'm sorry I'm late. Oh. Merry Christmas, Mr. Plant.
It was a very Merry Christmas after all. Saturday with Argos. Argos has many jobs, like carrying mail and babysitting, but one he takes with pride is head of the welcoming committee.
Oh, hello! Welcome to the Void. Why do you have a present on your head? I mean, why hide your head with a present? Now, I'm curious about what might be inside. I know, it's none of my business.
Even while babysitting, Argos couldn't get the present off his mind. What could they be hiding? A telephone, an old boot, a smile.
Hi, Mr. Present. I brought you a welcome gift, an ABC book. I'm sorry about this.
With the present knocked out, Argos finally had the chance to figure out what's under the mask. Perhaps it wasn't a mask at all. Argos returns home, unable to forget what he just saw. Luckily, Mr. Plant can help clean up the mess. Valentine's Day with Mr. Plant. Of all the days of the year, Valentine's Day is Mr. Plant's least favorite, and for once the television made everything worse.
Need a gift for this year's Valentine's Day? At the Heart Shop, we have a variety of gifts perfect for your one true love.
Mr. Plant went on a walk to clear his head, but the commercial seemed to follow him.
Need a gift for this year's Valentine's Day?
Unfortunately, Mr. Plant ended up in the last place he wanted to be.
Welcome to the Heart Shop. Are you having a good Valentine's Day?
Unlike Mr. Plant, Argos loved Valentine's Day.
Mr. Plant? Mr. Plant?
Argos returned home. What a terrible Valentine's Day.
Mr. Plant, you're here. I went to look for you at your void. You got me a Valentine. Does this mean we're more than friends? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna put this somewhere for safekeeping, and I'll be right back. Right back.
Mr. Plant hated Valentine's Day, but sometimes you put aside your feelings for people you care about.
Happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Plant.
Plus, this way he got to kill two birds with one stone. Friday with Mr. Plant. Most days Mr. Plant likes to stay at home and watch television. However, due to Argos his schedule is now overfilled. From painting to babysitting, most of Argos's plans were excruciating, but occasionally he had a good one.
We have to go. It's only the best place to meet the friendliest mushrooms. Bring a coat because it's cold, and I'll bring a picnic.
This part of the void is the coldest, and only some creatures can live here long.
I think we should split up. We'll be able to find more friends for the picnic.
Argos was good at making friends, most of the time.
Hello, I'm Argos. What's your name?
Ah! You scared us. You're creepy.
It's not very nice, but I guess it takes time to make friends. We're having a picnic if you want to come.
Are there cookies?
Snickerdoodle ones. Tell your friends to join us.
Mr. Plant often struggled more than Argos to make friends.
Hello. Are you alone? Well, I am. I was hoping to make more friends.
But sometimes friends just find you.
You found a blue one. They're the rarest. The orange ones taste the best. And don't worry, I found the meanest ones. They deserve it. What are you waiting for?
Mr. Plant preferred slow days, but sometimes it was nice to have a busy one. Plus, he found a new friend to take care of. Monday with Argos. Argos's schedule is often busy on Mondays with his various jobs. From carrying mail, babysitting, and occasionally blackmail, Argos is always on top of things. After his old therapist dried up, Argos was forced to relocate. Although some Void residents were uncomfortable with his therapist, Argos was happy to be heard.
I just don't understand. I thought meeting the friendliest mushrooms would show Mr. Plant that we're more alike, but he just seems more distant. What do I do to impress him?
Argos's new therapist didn't say much, but he knew they were listening.
I think they're a pretty good therapist. They don't say much, but they're a great listener. We should do something fun this weekend. I heard the warmest part of the void has an ocean. We could go hunt dolphins.
Argos went through his daily routine, wondering what could be wrong with him.
I'm just really starting to wonder, am I boring? Does he not like me? I could really use your advice because you're the only creature I've told everything to. Let me see these.
In that moment, Argos realized his therapist hadn't been listening at all. Argos rushed to Mr. Plant's house, determined to tell him how he felt.
Sorry to drop in on you like this, Mr. Plant. I just want to let you know that I know I'm not particularly hardcore, but I'm trying my hardest to impress you and maybe even terrify you a little bit, and I'm really sorry, and I'm gonna try harder. What are you staring at?
Happy birthday, Argos. Today is Argos's birthday. In the past, Argos's birthdays were terrible and ended with him alone. This year would be different, because this year he had a boyfriend.
So today's kind of a special day, so I was thinking I could cancel my babysitting job and we could look for a pet. Are you free? Oh, well, we could do something tonight. He didn't even remember my birthday. I just don't understand. Does he not care? I'm getting to rethink our entire relationship. Okay, I'll read you a story now. I just need to get it out.
Argos took his babysitting money to get a treat.
One ice cream, please. No, you don't understand. It's my birthday, and my boyfriend forgot all about it, and I worked all day. I need this ice cream, please.
What a terrible birthday.
Fine.
Argos went home disappointed.
Oh, you did remember. You didn't have to get me anything. A pet rock? Thank you, Mr. Plant.
Argos had never had a better birthday.
I don't even know what to wish for.
Staying healthy with Mr. Plant. Today, Mr. Plant and Argos were supposed to visit the beach, but unfortunately fate had other plans.
I think one of the kids I babysit got me sick. One of them was definitely hiding something yesterday, and I really want to go to the beach today too.
Mr. Plant had never seen Argos look like this.
If you could pick up medicine for me from Void Pharmaceutics, I'd really appreciate it.
Mr. Plant headed to Void 13 to find something at the pharmacy that would help Argos.
Welcome to Void Pharmaceutics. Are you looking to treat a cold? I have the perfect cure for you. It's called Vitamin Z. It cures nausea, aches, pains, vomiting, and existential dread.
Mr. Plant had never doubted the Void's healthcare system.
That'll be $3,000.
Mr. Plant counted to 3 in his head. After all, he had no good reason to hurt the tomato. He was simply doing his job.
You have to understand, not everyone gets to be healthy. Some people get sick and die. That's just the way the Void works.
That wasn't very nice.
Mr. Plant, you're back. Medicine. And you brought me soup. Just what I needed. Thank you, Mr. Plant.
Mr. Plant watched Argos, wondering if he did the right thing. Well, at least he had a good reason. Camping with Argos. After a long day of carrying mail and babysitting, a television alert was a welcome break from Argos's monotony.
Alert! Alert! Officials are warning residents of Void 241 to stay inside and away from a dangerous creature that might look like this. However, Void News will offer a romantic trip to Black Beach for an official photo of the creature.
We're going camping in Void 241.
Argos and Mr. Plant set up camp near the sightings. while Argos tried to keep the romantic trip a surprise.
So I was thinking, if you set up the tent, I can go look for firewood. With my camera.
Argos searched in pursuit of the creature. But no matter where he went, he kept running into competition. It got dark, and Argos began to realize his search might come to a dead end. Oh, it was only a mushroom. To Argos, the creature didn't look dangerous. They looked sad.
My boyfriend and I are camping nearby, and we're gonna roast marshmallows if you want to join us.
Perhaps he wouldn't get a romantic beach trip, but Argos was happy to put a smile on the creature's face. Back at home, Argos was ready to settle back to his routine. Then again, a vacation is always welcome. A road trip with Mr. Plant.
And it appears the black hole is moving quickly over Black Beach headed northward.
After winning a vacation to the beach, Mr. Plant and Argos were finally on the road.
Can you drive a little faster? I really want to see the black hole in time.
Mr. Plant was trying to be careful. After all, he never passed his driver's test. Mr. Plant had hit something.
Man, we killed a man. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Do you still have that duffel bag in the back of your car?
Mr. Plant and Argos were about to cross to Void 336 when disaster struck.
It's a police officer. Let me do the talking.
Howdy, folks. Have either of you two seen a man around?
No, officer.
Well, keep an eye out. He's easy to spot because he's, a man.
Mr. Plant and Argos continued on their journey until the car wasn't budging.
It's fine. It's fine. We can walk.
Mr. Plant and Argos carried their luggage until they found a motel.
One room, please. How far away is the beach from here?
In their motel room, Argos couldn't help but complain.
This sucks. All I wanted to do was go to the beach and swim in the water and see the black hole, and now we're stuck here with the body of a man, and what are we gonna do about it? What?
Just above them, Argos could see it, the black hole. It had traveled 20 miles north right to the motel. Suddenly Argos knew how to get rid of the man.
Mr. Plant, I'm sorry I snapped at you. I'm really glad you're here with me.
Maybe it wasn't Black Beach, but Argos and Mr. Plant agreed it was the nicest trip ever. Halloween with Mr. Plant. Mr. Plant liked Halloween, but his excitement was nothing compared to Argos's.
Our place needs to be the scariest this year. I want the trick-or-treaters to be terrified. Mr. Plant, could you go get us a pumpkin to carve into a jack-o'-lantern?
Mr. Plant was happy to help and headed to the pumpkin store, but unfortunately all the stores were out.
The humans bought all the pumpkins right away. I was able to double my prices for the last batch.
Mr. Plant was on his way home when he came upon a human's house.
My husband and I love it here. The void is kind of like our home now, don't you think?
We love the void, don't we, Jimmy?
Yeah, we love it.
Surely the human family could spare just one pumpkin.
These aren't for sale. We bought them days ago before they changed the price.
We're not going to sell to some plant. We prefer the company of other humans.
Get out of here.
We don't want you here.
Go away. You're scary.
Mr. Plant returned home empty-handed.
You couldn't find a pumpkin? How are we supposed to have a jack-o'-lantern?
Mr. Plant had an idea. Mr. Plant was proud of his innovation. Happy Halloween!
Gardening in the void is a little different than other places. So today, I'm giving you tips on how to take care of 3 different plants. This flower has an eye, which means one thing. You need to assert your dominance over it. The best thing to do is to stare at it until it looks away. A walker is a flower with legs. You have to be careful because these walkers have evil in their hearts and sometimes will be driven to murder. So the best thing to do is to remind them of what would happen if they got caught. 1 to 100 years in prison. That's no joke. If you land on a heart flower, you're extra lucky because all you have to do is pay it compliments. You're so cute. You remind me of a baby panda. and it'll produce lots and lots of hearts you can give to your loved ones. And that's how you take care of... Stay back! Stay back! See you next time! I went to Void 67 today and found 3 new plants to teach you about. The tendril flower looks unassuming, but its anatomy is quite abnormal. It often uses its tentacles to pull moles or snakes into its mouth. In order to keep one, you have to cut its roots every single day, or one night you might wake up to a deadly surprise. If you're lonely, you can get a friendship flower. You can tell this flower all your deepest insecurities and it'll never hate you for them. Sometimes I think that everyone's just pretending to like me. It might be my favorite flower. If you're missing an organ, this flower can help you grow a new one. All you need to do is feed it a part of the organ you want to grow, and just like that, a new organ. The hardest part about using this plant is you have to find organ parts first. I usually have someone else get them for me. See you next time!
Mr. Plant and the Scouts. Argos is a Void Scout leader, something Mr. Plant is still against.
They're really sweet kids, and there's a list of badges we're working towards. Today we're selling cookies door to door, and the Scouts would love for you to come.
Argos and the Scouts headed door to door.
We're from Troop 1714 and we...
But they didn't have much luck.
I just know if Mr. Plant was here, they'd listen to us.
They tried one last house.
We're Troop 1714. Could we interest you in some cookies?
Come on in.
They're really good.
And we take Kath or Tex.
Wonderful. I think I'd like a box.
Argos was thrilled to be making a sale, but something was wrong.
Do you have a telephone? I know you don't like the Scouts, but I think they'd really appreciate you being here for their first big sale. We're right across the way. You could be here in seconds. Mr. Plant? Where are the Scouts? Where are they? What did you do to them?
Argos started to panic. The man was bigger and stronger than him. What could he do? Maybe the Scouts didn't get their selling cookies badge, but they were able to check another badge off the list. All 4 of them. Argos deals with death. One day, Argos received a mysterious call.
Am I speaking to an Argos?
This is he.
Have you spoken to your great-great-grandfather recently?
Not for years. Is he okay?
He passed away this morning.
What?
Argos's great-great-grandfather's house was cold and empty. Argos's family had a series of accidental deaths, and his grandfather was his last family member. They hadn't been close in years.
It's just sad. He didn't have any friends. I'm gonna be the only one at his funeral. Unless you come? Don't worry about it. It's fine. You didn't even know him.
While picking flowers for the funeral, Argos felt depressed. His grandfather hadn't been the most social, but he had been kind, and Argos didn't want to be by himself.
Would you want to come to my grandpa's funeral?
Oh, I didn't really know your grandpa.
You know, selling flowers when you are one is highly unethical.
The day of the funeral, Argos was filled with dread, knowing that he would be alone.
Oh.
All his friends had shown up to support him. Mr. Plant had asked them all to be there.
Thank you all for coming. It would have meant a lot to my grandpa, and it means a lot to me.
Argos was grateful to know that in these final moments, his grandpa wasn't alone.
I went to Void 42 and found 3 new plants to teach you about. The fearful flower is almost always terrified, but can always tell when something dangerous is coming along. Be it hammers, poison, or promises that can't be kept, the fearful flower will always know when something's wrong. If you want to add some protein to your diet, the meat flower can grow some for you. The meat flower grows a very specific type of red meat, and everyone has a different opinion of what it tastes like. Some people say it tastes like beef, but I think it tastes the most like human. If you want to know how to achieve world peace or make the perfect pancake, then this is the flower for you, because it knows all the secrets of the universe. It's best to offer sacrifices day after day, and maybe if you're lucky it'll tell you one of its secrets. Unfortunately, we don't speak the same language, and there you have it. 3 different... It's just Mr. Plant. You're paranoid. See you next time.
Mr. Plant is famous. Mr. Plant was watching his favorite show when the news came out.
The results are in, and the winner of Void Superstar is Mr. Plant. Thank you to all who voted for him.
Mr. Plant hated attention. Whoever nominated him better watch out.
I nominated you. You're such a great boyfriend, and you haven't attacked anyone in a really long time. You deserve it.
Looking at Argos' hopeful face, Mr. Plant decided to let it slide.
Mr. Plant, can I get a quick photo of the Void Superstar?
Mr. Plant hated getting his picture taken, but for Argos, he'd go along. Mr. Plant ran to the grocery store, but his errand was interrupted.
Mr. Plant, one quick picture?
Mr. Plant breathed in and out, counting to 10 to stay calm. Mr. Plant headed home and got in bed. Hopefully everyone would forget about him tomorrow. He could still hear the click of the cameras in his head. Or out of his head.
Hold still. These photos.
Mr. Plant tried to stay calm, but it was growing more and more difficult.
Where is everyone? We're like the only people in the restaurant. It's kinda nice.
Mr. Plant learned there was a type of fame he liked. Infamy.
I just got back from Void 137 and I found 3 of the strangest plants I have ever encountered. This flower is called the copycat flower and you have to be extremely careful around it. This flower takes its beautiful appearance by consuming other flowers near it to add to its petals. Unfortunately, you have to keep a hammer close by because flowers aren't the only thing it consumes. This flower gives great advice and can be helpful when it comes to navigating your feelings.
And your father?
I never knew him. I was raised by my great-great-grandpa.
How is he doing?
He's dead. Sometimes they get a little flustered. This is the most beautiful flower in the entire void, but being beautiful has a tough side. You have to keep a close eye on it and keep it away from other flowers, because they often get jealous and act on impulse. And there you have it! 3 of the strangest... No? No? See you next time! Today I went to Void 230 to bring back 3 of my favorite plants in the entire Void. The portal plant can grow over 6 feet tall. When it first appeared, Void citizens believed it was a portal to other realms, crossing through its black tunnel in search of a better life. We now know that the black portal is actually just its mouth. If you've lost a child, this flower makes the perfect replacement. You can play with it and rock it to sleep. However, this flower isn't for everyone and might drive some insane. To sleep. This flower looks pretty, but its sweet face is actually just decoration. You might find its real face under the surface, among the roots. Hello, I'm Argos. What's your name?
I was sleeping.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll put you back.
Quickly.
I'm sorry. See you next time.
Mr. Plant sees the stars. Mr. Plant and Argos were hiking in Void 12. The darkest void where the stars shone.
I think it's right up there. Stay close.
Mr. Plant looked away, and suddenly Argos was gone. He tried to stay calm, but no other hikers knew where Argos was. As the hours crept on, Mr. Plant's heart sank. What if he never found Argos again?
Are you lost? Did you come alone? I saw a figure covered in eyes right over that cliff.
Mr. Plant's heart leapt, and there he was.
Mr. Plant, where were you? Were you worried about me?
Mr. Plant had been terrified.
You can see all the stars tonight?
It was true. There were hundreds. And they were beautiful.
Today I went to Void 14 and brought back 3 of the strangest plants ever. If you touch this plant, you'll have incredible dreams. When this plant was discovered, people rushed to experience the visions they heard about. Unfortunately, these dreams grow more and more powerful each night, and everyone who has touched this plant has been driven to insanity and then death. The imitation plant isn't actually a plant at all. It's an animal. It looks like a plant, but it actually has blood, a heart, and a brain. Its roots are actually just its extended skeleton. Nobody knows how this creature came to be, but it's a strange one. The cry fruit produces the most delicious berry in the entire void. Unfortunately, it is conscious, so it cries before you eat it.
Please don't kill me, I don't want to die.
Is everything okay in here?
He's going to kill me.
It's just a cry fruit.
Okay.
It's not okay. Help, help.
See you next time.
Mr. Plant's neighbor. Mr. Plant had had a neighbor as long as he lived, but had never seen them.
We should introduce ourselves. I heard they're old and I love old people. And I can make cookies.
Mr. Plant preferred to stay away from people, but he did want to return the letter.
Daisy,
Mr. Plant had never seen someone so old.
is that you, my new daughter?
Looking at his neighbor, Mr. Plant felt a scary sense of familiarity.
All dressed up for the prom.
The neighbor was dead, and it didn't seem like anyone was coming.
Mr. Plant, I brought cookies. Did you meet your neighbor?
Mr. Plant didn't have the heart to tell Argos,
Can I meet him?
but what could he do? Next time a neighbor moved in, they introduced themselves early.
Hi humans, my name is Argos and here are my travel tips for visiting the Void. If you plan a trip to the Void, pick where to visit first. There's so much to do in the Void, but my favorite spot is the beach. There you can hear the shells sing. And possibly spot a black hole. When interacting with creatures in the Void, please do not take pictures. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish from those with a consciousness and those without. Believe it or not, this apple is conscious and it does feel pain. Please keep a healthy distance from strangers and dark parts of the Void. These spots are a little more dangerous and you might not make it out. And always remember, don't stare. And please remember, you are a visitor in these parts. We'll see you soon.
Mr. Plant's new job. Mr. Plant and Argos were in the middle of the news when the TV broke.
If you need money to fix it, the orphanage I'm working at has an opening. All you have to do is interview potential parents.
Mr. Plant hated talking to people, but he did like television.
I just want to expand my family.
Every potential parent was nauseating, but the last couple was too much.
We'd be the greatest parents.
We had a little monster once, but he, ran away.
Not now, honey. We just smothered him a little.
We're very good parents.
Mr. Plant decided to find the bathroom.
Where are you going?
On the way, Mr. Plant stumbled on the couple's bedroom where the TV was playing. Mr. Plant realized the little monster hadn't run away.
There you are. Oh, that's, well...
Mr. Plant couldn't wait to show Argos the film,
What is this?
especially his improvements.
Today I went to Void 17 and found 3 brand new plants to teach you about. The mushrooms found in this void are absolutely adorable, and Void residents love to keep them as pets. They'd be really easy to take care of if they weren't such picky eaters, but if you can find a cockroach, that's their favorite snack. The babbling flower has the most beautiful colors, but it won't stop talking about them. And you see, my colors are the brightest, most beautiful colors of any flower in the void, don't you think? Other flowers never want to talk to me because they're so jealous. What do you think? I don't like you. The immortal flower lives forever. When humans first moved to the void, they tried to harness this power, but gave up when they found out that immortality didn't stop the flower and the humans from rotting. And there you have it.
I'm glad I'm here, or else these 2 boring losers would have eaten up all the attention by themselves.
See you next time. Hello human, I'm Argos and these are more travel tips for visiting the void. If you want to travel between voids, the train is the only way. If you sit on your bed with everything packed at exactly 1 a.m., a door will appear. Through this, you can access the train. The trains run through all the voids, so they take a long time to make their routes. Once the train has left, it won't be back until we're all long dead. The cost of a ticket depends on how busy it is. Sometimes you can pay with a feather or a rare flower. How much for a ticket today? Because humans have been moving to the void, prices have skyrocketed. You can access any void and there's no limits. Where are you headed?
Void 1. I know we're not supposed to go in, but I'm so curious. Hey.
Well, almost no limits. You can travel the void today. We'll see you soon. I went to Deadly Void 176 and brought back 3 new plants for you. You can't breathe in Void 176, and the white mushroom is why. This fungi releases spores into the atmosphere, poisoning it. This one was nice enough to keep its spores contained. Let's hope it stays that way. I would not want to run into the fright flower at night. Unfortunately, that's exactly how I discovered it. Despite its terrifying appearance, this flower loves classical music and fine art. Oh, whatever. The whispering flower only trusts other plants. I tried to bond with it for weeks to no avail. It still doesn't trust me, but I did know someone who was able to get it to bloom. It speaks in whispers impossible to hear. And there you have it! 3 different... Where did I put my mask? See you next time! Today I went to Void 32 and brought back 3 strange plants for you. The climbing ivy is a sort of parasite. It grows right before it strikes, climbing into the body of its prey to take control. I wouldn't care so much if the ivy wasn't insanely boring. How do humans get into the void? Do you know? What's the point of possessing a body if you just let it go to waste? When I need to communicate with Mr. Plant, I use a tattle flower. Tell Mr. Plant I'm going to be late. I can't smell this flower. If you tell something to a tattle flower, eventually every flower will know. Argos's flower is late and he's going to smell a Mr. Plant. Unfortunately, it almost never gets it right. The Venenum tractiflower emits a sweet scent. It attracts creatures by appearing to be edible, but when consumed it causes the body to quickly decompose. This way its seeds quickly spread. If you come across a group of these flowers, you know what happened. These 3 plants are actually... This is why you need to remember to prune. See you next time!
Mr. Plant and the flowers.
A human child has gone missing. In his free time, Freddy liked throwing...
Mr. Plant was watching television when he heard a knock at the door.
Mr. Plant, we have to go to Void 15. I heard they have the Vita flower and I've been looking for it for ages.
Mr. Plant would rather stay inside, but looking at Argos' face, how could he say no? Void 15 is known for its diverse range of flora, which makes finding one flower difficult.
Let's split up to cover more ground.
Mr. Plant began to search, but he was lost. A trail of blood might be a good start. It was a child's body, with flowers growing out of it.
Mr. Plant, you found it! This flower only grows out of corpses, so when I heard a child got lost here, I knew we had to come right away. It really is my favorite flower. Besides you, of course.
Mr. Plant returned to the television, this time with Argos.
I just want to know where my Freddy is. It's not like him to be gone this long. If anyone has any idea, please... Do you want me to show you how to pot the flower? I went to Snowy Void 37 to bring back 3 intriguing plants for you. Walking through this void, I often encountered the Phenamundi flower. Legends from Void 37 say that if the snow melts, this flower will bloom, bringing about the end of the void as we know it. Luckily, that void is always cold, so we don't have to worry. Void 37 is freezing, but the flammable flower can always warm you up. This flower can burn for days and is perfect for roasting marshmallows.
Save me! Ah!
Unfortunately, it does feel pain. If you want your flowers to thrive, the giving flower helps. This flower provides nutrients to all the flowers around it, giving away more and more of its life. Even just spending time around it will lift your spirits. You don't have to feel bad for the giving flower because nothing else makes it feel better. I was a little worried taking these flowers out of their natural habitat, but it seems that... Oh no. See you next time! Today I went to Void 5 to bring back 3 romantic flowers. The soulmate flower connects to another flower, forming a lifelong bond. This flower needs connection, and without it, it will die. Luckily, it can find that with any flower nearby, adapting to wrap around it. I think it's really sweet. The covetous flower is lovely to talk to, but it gets attached and jealous very easily. Where are you going? I have plans with Mr. Plant. Do you like him more? Yes, but I'm sorry. Just leave. Get out. You have to be very careful with it. The mend flower can heal you from heartbreak. This flower emits good energy that fills everyone around it with warmth. It can help heal a broken heart. However, if the breakup was your fault, it'll only make you feel worse. These flowers are perfect for... I'm sorry, who are these other flowers? You're on my gardening show. I thought I was special. See you next time. Today I went to Void 12 and brought back 3 mysterious flowers. Void 12 is the darkest void, but this flower brings it some light. The glow flower steals light from the stars to maintain its own. The more light it absorbs, the more it can expel. It also makes a great nightlight. The future flower can tell what's to come, but all of its predictions are fairly far-fetched.
You will cause irreversible damage, tearing a soul between this world and the next, forever in pain, struggling to bear the weight of the horrific existence you dragged her back to.
Wait, what? It never explains its prophecies, but they always come true. The resurrection flower can bring people back from the dead, but only once.
Oh my god, I'm alive again. Passing on was so wonderful, no stress or fear, and you brought me back to this terrible existence.
I didn't mean...
Why? I never want to see you again, Argos.
What just happened? These flowers may be unusual, but I think that... I guess there is a lot of light in here. Oh, that's very, very bright. See you next time. Traveling to some voids can be difficult, but it's often necessary to rescue lost children.
My baby cousin got lost in the void. Can you save her for me?
Absolutely. What void did she get lost in?
Void 1. Are you there?
Void 1 has been forbidden for as long as I can remember, partially because of its unique atmosphere. The few visitors to this void have noted the strange air, thick and damp, and have seen horrific creatures wandering the halls. Come with me.
Can we bring the friendship flower with us? It kept me company.
Let's just take it and go. It's not safe here. Nothing is supposed to leave this void, and with good reason. How long was your cousin lost in Void 1?
She's absolutely fine.
Okay, let me know if anything changes. The monsters inside Void 1 are simply the creatures who got trapped in there for too long, mutated by the atmosphere. And there's no going back. Today I went to Void 21 and brought back 3 of the most unnerving flowers. The flesh-eating flower loves to eat birds and small dogs. Its faux face looks friendly, but its actual mouth is terrifying. Keep your fingers away because it'll take them clean off. Sorry to intrude. The impression plant is known for its wonderful impersonations. It can change its appearance and voice into any creature, however it often uses its power for chaos.
Mr. Plant, I was bored so I came up with a hit list for you. Do you want to hear it?
I said, do you want to hear it? Following its orders will only lead to destruction. The phasma flower is possessed by a spirit. In order to bring this flower home, you have to carefully perform a cleansing ritual, or else some poor spirit might wake you up in the night. Outside of Void 21... One moment. See you next time! Today I went to Void 23 and brought back 3 bizarre plants for you. The darling flower looks sickeningly sweet, but smells like a rotting corpse. This adorable flower is so beloved that for years people used it as decoration, ignoring the flies. It was all fine and dandy until the smell brought in predators. The snooze flower sleeps most of the day.
Oh dear, I must have drifted off.
How do you feel?
Awfully sleepy.
Its yawns are infectious. The Watcher is a friendly plant that some treat as a pet. Despite this, its wandering eyes make others uncomfortable. Were you watching me change? Each eye has a mind of its own, and sometimes you get a creep in the bunch. I feel a kinship with it, but sometimes it even puts me off. I love all three of these plants. See you next time.
Happy birthday, Mr. Plant. Mr. Plant hated his birthday. He despised loud parties and constant attention, which caused some problems.
I think you should have a party this year.
Argos had opinions.
You might like it.
He wouldn't. Mr. Plant woke up to no birthday letters. It was wonderful. On the way to Argos's, he stopped by the grocery store.
Happy birthday, Mr. Plant! I can't wait for you to see what I'm bringing.
Mr. Plant felt uneasy. Mr. Plant arrived at Argos's void.
Surprise! Do you like it? I know you didn't initially want to party, but how could I resist?
Happy birthday to you.
Give us a chuckle. Give us a smile.
The guests fled, leaving Mr. Plant and Argos behind.
This is all my fault. This is what I wanted, not what you wanted. How do I fix this? Do you want some cake? There's a little blood on it, but it's just the two of us now.
And that's all Mr. Plant wanted.
Thank you to my Giving Flower patrons: Evan Wadalucio 3, Sad Trash Hole, Ali, Naisha L, Kuroneko-san, Lucasbot, Riot, Nick, Bagel and Cheese, Christine Gordon-Marie, Werewolf Poison, Ryan P, Alexis, Kaylee, and Alex Hook. I'm so sorry if I pronounced any of your usernames wrong. Thank you for your endless support.